Live from East Pennsboro High School, ABC 27 Sports and Advanced Hoops presents high school basketball live. Tonight, it's a girls-boys doubleheader as the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders face the East Pennsboro Panthers, presented by Arlington Orthopedics. Hi again, everybody. I'm Greg Mace, together with Advanced Hoops Director Charlie Fortney. Well, tonight, Charlie, we have a little bit of a crossover game in Mid-Penn. From the Capital Division, it's East Pennsboro. From McDevitt, the always tough Commonwealth Division, that's where the Crusaders play.
Well, the Crusaders are used to that tough competition, of course, and Sharon Woodward will put a good product on the court tonight. But this East Pennsboro girls team has done pretty well, and they're starting to gel, and they have some firepower, so tonight it could be interesting.
All right, let's talk about that firepower for East Pennsboro. We spotlight one of their stars.
Well, Taylor Santor's averaging almost 14 a game, heading to York College. And there's a close second with Micklin McCavish averaging 10 a game, 18 threes. It just gives them a fighting chance tonight.
Now, in terms of wins and losses, it hasn't been a great year for the McDevitt girls, but they play in that very tough Mid-Penn Commonwealth.
Well, Coach Woodward's building her program still, but defensively, they're very good. They're tough, and she knows how to manufacture points. These girls, tonight, they're going to do well.
All right, we've had some great games so far on television. And Charlie, I really think not only have we drawn great crowds, and we saw that over at Cedar Cliff the other night, but being on live TV, which is something different for the Mid-Penn players, really seems to give them a little extra boost.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad we're at East Pennsboro tonight because this program has done so well in the last couple years. Boys have been ranked in the state the last couple years, and McDevitt deserves it as well. They're having a breakout year from the boys' side, and the girls' side keeps building. So these two schools deserve it, and we're just glad to be here. What a nice gym.
All right, opening tip-off coming up, girls-boys doubleheader. McDevitt and East Pennsboro, and it's next on ABC 27.
The Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seemed shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it's just a beautiful thing.
To play at a championship level requires a level of discipline few ever achieve. You prepare, you focus, and make a commitment to excellence. That's Hoffman Ford, #1 in sales and in service. Because the customer is #1. Choose from over 400 vehicles in stock. Plus, we're your Roush performance dealer. Bigger selection, better deals. Hoffman Ford.
Back live, East Pennsboro High School. Greg Mace with Charlie Fortney. Nice crowd building for the East Pennsboro boys and girls doubleheader. We had 2 JV games before this, so the girls game just a minute or so later than normal in starting. So we're going to get a chance to meet both starting lineups. This will be an interesting game because East Pennsboro coach Robert Kelly said to me, I'm not quite sure how we're going to play tonight or if we're really the favorites, but we're going to find out. Now everybody on their feet here at East Pennsboro for the singing of our national anthem.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night
great basketball tradition here in East Pennsboro. The names of 11 1,000-point scorers hanging in the rafters here, and had a lot of great athletes here over the years. But I must say, of course, that Bishop McDevitt, East Pennsboro, perhaps known a little bit more for football, but boy, the basketball has been coming on strong the last few years.
Well, and back to the 1,000-point real quick, Ronnie Urich in 1989, who's currently a coach over in the Palmyra feeder program under Pete Conrad, was a guy that scored 38 points against Steel High.
Against you?
Yeah, against us.
There
Yeah, he made that game interesting. We did win 84-81, I remember. Ronnie probably doesn't remember that. He just probably remembers the 38 points he had against us, but he was a tremendous ball player. Yeah, definitely some good names on that board. Schreiber, wow.
Jim Heffer, longtime friend of ours. I see him up there as well. I was kidding myself. I used to cover you in high school, Jim. So, looking forward to this one tonight. Bishop McDevitt being introduced. They're Coach Sharon Woodward and Jackie Jones, Kelsey Maloney, Hannah Coughlin, Amber McCoy, and Helen Matu. And now the East Pennsboro girls. A lot of balance on this team. They are 6-5 overall, 4-3 in Mid-Penn Capital. They've had back-to-back winning seasons and the back-to-back district playoff appearances.
Absolutely. East Pennsboro has a nice cast of girls with talents that can score the basketball. Naturally, the toughness of the Commonwealth Division gives McDevitt a little bit of a favor tonight, but I think it's a chance for the East Pennsboro girls to show who they are and maybe where they've come from. I hope both teams have a good game. I hope it's a good game overall tonight, Greg.
You know, I think it's a very important moment in the year for a lot of these teams because you're coming to the final 4 weeks and maybe the final, let's say, 3 or so weeks before we'll decide the district pairings. So everybody's starting to juggle a little bit because they want to get these district playoff points and starting to position yourself for that playoff run.
Absolutely, and these two teams being in the AAA category are pretty much holding serve on the points, but just a good cross the division rival.
All right, let's take a look at our Penn National keys to the game, Charlie, and tell us what you see in this game coming up here tonight.
Well, for the Bishop McDevitt girls, their defense need to create scoring opportunities. They need to limit the outside shooting of East Penn, and they need to score early to get offense going. East Pennsboro, on the other hand, they need to step up to this challenge against this Commonwealth opponent, attack the basket to open up the outside, and have their best game defensively.
East Pennsboro in the home white will move from left to right on your television screen. McDevitt in the traditional Crusader dark blue uniforms. Getting set, doubleheader action here on ABC 27. East Pennsboro McDevitt, first of a doubleheader, and the Panthers control the tip.
Well, McDevitt coming out in that aggressive man-to-man when you didn't expect anything other. Look for East Penn to maybe start out in a zone. A little bit different philosophy and style, but great backdoor cut.
First 2 points of the game.
Yeah, Becca Garlinger's dad's going to be doing, he's one of the halftime shooters there in the boys' game, so hopefully he shoots as good as his daughter does there. She got him started.
Rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to East Pennsboro.
Well, that's a good sign for East Penn to score in around the basket earlier, and it's not one of the two big guns. It's getting the whole team involved.
East Pennsboro has nobody above 5'9", but they have been very scrappy, out-rebounding a lot of teams. That's kind of their mojo right now. McCavich for three. Nice rebound underneath. Failer missed. Rebound comes away to Helen Matu. She goes 6'2". She is the tallest player on the court. East Pennsboro forcing the turnover.
Well, and you got Maloney, Kelsey coming out. She is, man, she is an energizer bunny. Her and Steffi Perez, I think, grew up in the same basketball spirit from Steffi Perez from East, that is, Greg. Kelsey Maloney, she'll take it to you. She didn't care if her shot was blocked. She's going to come back at you again. That runs in that family, that whole Maloney family.
Emily Eisenhower from the outside.
Emily Eisenhower for two.
So we're tied at 2. Nearly 2 minutes gone by first quarter. Nice cut. And Kelsey Tashishin was fouled. And if that name sounds familiar, of course, her dad, Joe, longtime area coach.
Yeah, coached against me when he was at Carlisle. He took over for Lebo in the sabbatical year, and her brother Jordan's over there at Shippensburg, starting for Shippensburg Red Raiders in boys basketball.
Quick dish didn't go. Santor got the rebound and it's called for traveling. This is the first of our doubleheader tonight here on ABC 27. We've got the boys Mid-Penn, East Pennsboro, McDevitt coming up following this one.
East Pennsboro girls in the 1-2-2 zone, trying to take advantage of the fact that McDevitt doesn't have a lot of outside scoring punch.
The 2 miss, going to be a jump. It'll stay with McDevitt.
The thought behind this, Greg, I believe, is East Penn wants McDevitt. They want to have to think about it, which means it takes a lot more time to score, and it limits the easy baskets.
Eisenhower, Matu fouled.
Well, and that's Matu is the girl on the floor that there's no answer for. You can only try to guard her by committee. You got to be careful because like Coach Kelly's talking to Micklin over there, he can't afford her to get in foul trouble because she has 18 threes on the season, Micklin McCavitt. You don't want her out of the lineup in a game where they're going to need everything to beat McDevitt.
You watch her go up. She's strong to the hoop. McDevitt now 1 of 5 from the field early going. East Pennsboro 1 of 6, and she connects on the free throw.
Well, Matu is a senior, a big 6'2" senior.
Kylie Failer to Shishin. McCavitt didn't get the roll, and there's Matu again with a rebound. It's Maloney, connects for 3.
No, and that was a college 3, Greg.
Running one-hander there by Failer, doesn't go, it's loose, and the Crusaders come away with it. And a foul. So good start for the McDevitt girls.
It is. They've connected on a couple of their outside shots. East Pennsboro's gotten some very good opportunities, very good looks, just haven't knocked them down.
Opening 3 minutes, first quarter. McDevitt, the road dark with the basketball. Maloney. Going low again. The 2 didn't get the roll. Who's got the basketball? Another jump. It'll go to East Pennsboro.
That was a good job by Sylvia Stewart for McDevitt to get in there and fight for the ball. And she just provides another advantage inside. She has tremendous strength and size for McDevitt. Again, East Pennsboro just doesn't have anyone to match that. They have Sarah Beard that comes off the bench, which we'll be seeing her probably shortly.
Santor threw it past Becca Garland, and it'll go back to McDevitt.
East Pennsboro's going to need to get some. They're going to need to get to the basket and attack the basket. Early in the game, they were doing that. They've gotten away from that a little bit.
Double teaming in the backcourt. Couldn't escape. Foul.
And that's, I believe that's Maloney's second. We'll know in a second, but they need her on the court. She kind of sets the pace. Yeah.
Yep, pushed off as she was going for the basketball, and Kylie Failer drew it.
Kind of curious if Coach Woodward stays with Kelsey Maloney out there with 2 fouls. Looks like she's going to trust her at this point. They need her. She drives them defensively.
McCavitt back to Santor, and she's called for traveling. So East Pennsboro decides to call timeout. We'll take 1-2. McDevitt with the early 6-2 lead. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
Are color copies really 10 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents.
It's easy. Call Fortney Printing. They punch in the order, copies get made, quickly put in boxes. Fortney Printing delivers on time.
Wow! Only 10 cents.
And McDevitt looking to add to their 6-2 early advantage here. Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney, ABC 27. High school basketball live. Presented by Advanced Hoops and Arlington Orthopedics. From the outside, Jackie Jones missed.
It's a big possession for East Pennsboro. Coach Kelly regrouped there. I'm curious what he had to say. Looks like he said, let's get it to the basket and get it inside, which is what they're doing.
McCavich missing. Rebound comes away to Maloney. Crusaders run. Maloney with a running one-hander. Right there was Matu. Right there is East Pennsboro for the rebound. Almost went over the end line.
Kelsey Maloney just makes a lot happen there, Greg.
Carried it. 4th turnover of the game for East Pennsboro.
I think East Penn's a little nervous. You see some nervous mistakes there. They're trying to settle down. They're just anxious on a couple plays. They're doing the right thing, McDevitt. Getting that ball, that's how you break the 1-2-2, because there's nothing in the middle. If you can get it to the middle, having a guard in the middle is a good idea too. Oh, Matu, it finally falls there. She's had a lot of good opportunities around the basket.
Her 3rd point of the game, and it's an 8-2 McDevitt lead. To Shishin, going inside to Santor, got the roll. Her first 2 points, cuts the lead to 4.
Well, and that's what's nice about Taylor Santor. She's 5'9". I think that's what York College likes about her too. Not only can she score outside, but she can maneuver around the basket.
Sylvia Stort connects her first 2 points of the game.
Wow, and that's the advantage, to have Sylvia along with Matu out there. Geez, that's like a 1-2 punch around the hoop.
She's coming off the bench strong, and Matu got a rebound, or got the outlet pass from it. Maloney again. Boy, they're aggressive around that basket, aren't they? Here's Stewart again. She's got back-to-back points.
And that's like an assist. There's Maloney, geez. And that's like an assist. When Kelsey Maloney missed that shot, that set up Sylvia Stewart for a basket, so she's just making a lot happen. Greg, I don't know if you know the family well, but the whole family's like, they're everywhere. Play against her dad at the Friendship Center, and he's tackling you out there. It's just it's in the family blood.
East Pennsboro controlling strong to the hoop, but Matu is right there for the rebound. But they lose it. Quick pass, goes underneath, and Santor has her 4th point of the game. Big bucket right there, cuts the lead to 6 as we approach a minute left first quarter.
Nice pass by Garlinger. People that assist don't usually get the credit, but we're going to give it to them tonight.
And we'll see if they can come back and capitalize right here. Darian Washinger is now into the game for East Pennsboro. She is a 5'6" senior.
Well, Darian gives them some quality minutes off the bench. I'm curious when Kelly's going to go with Sarah Beard to match a little bit of that height. Nice left hand by Kelsey Stashishin. And there's Kylie Phelan. We're going to give the assist people credit tonight with the nice pass.
So a quick run here by East Pennsboro has cut the lead to 4, under a minute left, first quarter. Matu put it home.
Wow, that was a nice shot. She was contested pretty well on that one.
She's got 5 of the opening 14 for McDevitt, under 30 left, first quarter. Go low to Garlinger. The loft balance shot doesn't roll, and there's Matu again for the rebound.
I don't know if Coach Kelly wanted, I think he wanted the last shot there.
Oh, reach in there.
Well, it gives McDevitt a chance to extend the lead. You know, most coaches with 20 seconds to go, their players get anxious there. And I'm sure he'll be talking to them about that in between the quarter break.
Here's Sarah Beard. Talked about her coming off the bench. Great free throw shooter at 88%.
Well, Sarah's pretty athletic for 6 foot. She doesn't have the size physically that Matu does or Sylvia Stewart, but she's got good bounce and at least to contest some shots.
End of 1 quarter. McDevitt with an impressive first quarter. They lead 14-8. They're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
To play at a championship level requires a level of discipline few ever achieve. You prepare, you focus, and make a commitment to excellence. That's Hoffman Ford, #1 in sales and in service. Because the customer is #1. Choose from over 400 vehicles in stock. Plus, we're your Roush performance dealer. Bigger selection, better deals. Hoffman Ford.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
We make car buying simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
McDevitt from two-point land, 5 of 15. East Pennsboro, 4 of 16. McDevitt's played very, very well here so far. I've been very impressed with Helen Matu. I mean, obviously she's the dominant in terms of physical presence right there. Getting a lot of rebounds, and Sharon Woodward's team looking good.
Yeah, and East Pennsboro's getting the shots. They're getting the opportunities. They're just not falling. McCaviage is usually going to hit some of those. And they're definitely getting the opportunities. McDevitt's just capitalizing and getting more buckets around the paint area. East Penn comes out in a 2-3 zone, trying to tighten it up a little to limit, naturally to limit those inside opportunities.
Hannah Coughlin, short jumper, got it.
That was a nice looking shot. It's hard to make them off the dribble. You can count on your hand how many shots are made off the dribble in a basketball game.
McCaviage, a little off balance.
Lost her footing there. Might have turned an ankle. She's limping on the way back down.
There's Amber McCoy, one of the McDevitt seniors. She's number 32, giving it back to Kelsey Maloney. I like the way Maloney kind of runs this team. McCoy trying to find some space, and she draws the foul.
Her dad's also a PIAA official. Was talking to him before the game. Needs a couple, has some knee issues. That's because of how hard he played. He's got to get his knees checked out, you know. He also, Greg, I don't know if you remember Jeff Lebo. Terrence Maloney, Kelsey's dad, was probably the best defender against Jeff Lebo when he played at McDevitt. Terrence going about 5'5". He held Jeff Lebo to some of his lowest totals in those box and ones.
I remember him very well, actually.
A little blondie.
Yeah. There's Jeff now coaching in East Carolina.
Yeah, I had a chance to play against him when I was in college at UNC Greensboro. Also had a chance to visit the campus a few times.
There's Matu getting the rebound again, and McDevitt looking to add to their 8-point advantage. Threw it out, goes back to East Pennsboro.
One thing East Penn hasn't had a chance to do, they haven't connected from the outside, and this is where they're good. And so at the point that they can start connecting from the outside is where they can get back in this game. But Sharon Woodward's not going to let that happen easily. By playing that man-to-man, you're limiting a lot of those opportunities.
Foul down the end. Looks like it's against Hannah Coughlin or Amber McCoy.
Number 21, Hannah Coughlin. Her first.
That is against Hannah Coughlin. We were right the first time. So Taylor Santor, the 5'7" senior, goes to the line. She is the leading scorer on this team, and she has got 5 points to lead the way for East Pennsboro. Watch the foul again. One to the basket.
Well, she threw the hands up, and she's a 70% foul shooter, so you're going to get, if you get fouled, she's going to make most of them. So that's a veteran play. Taylor's been playing varsity for 4 years now, so she knows how to do it.
Nice cut, nice dish. Sylvia Stewart. She's got 6. She's leading the way for McDevitt off the bench.
She's a newcomer to McDevitt this year, doing quite well. Moves very well for her strength.
On the line goes to McDevitt. So McDevitt looking to increase their lead to double digits. Up 14 after 1, up 18-10 here early in the second quarter. Little trap out front. Maloney escapes and then brings it back out.
She's fun to watch, Greg, man. She's like an Energizer bunny out there. Good tie up.
Jump, yeah, good jump.
And that's what East Penn needs. They need somebody fighting other posts, and Sarah Beard provided that there. She got a tie-up, very important tie-up. Her sub was already coming in. Coach might have left her in there a little longer if that would have happened before there. Now, she had some good minutes there for East Pennsboro.
Here come the Panthers, down 8.
I think the X factor here is Mikla McCavish to get involved in this offense, because she's definitely someone that usually contributes more. That was a tough pass. Taylor Sander forced that one.
Trying to penetrate with the outside shots not going. East Pennsboro making lots of substitutions here. Going deep into the bench. There's Sharon Woodward. Seventh turnover there for East Pennsboro.
Another good shooter on this team is Kelsey Stashishin. If she can get a couple looks and knock a couple down.
Nice steal. Here's Stashishin to the basket.
Speaking of Kelsey Stashishin, but that play was made possible by Daring Washington's tip on the ball, so give her credit for the defense. And a nice left-handed. We saw that twice from Kelsey tonight. 2 left-handed finishes. It's always good when you see a righty finish with the left hand.
McDevitt wants timeout. They've got an 18-12 lead. Second quarter. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Borman and Babb Certified Public Accountants is a full-service accounting, tax, and consulting firm with over 17 years experience serving the central Pennsylvania region. From taxes to payroll, from corporate accounting to business consulting, let Borman and Babb help you achieve your financial success.
Midway through this second quarter, Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney. High school basketball live here on ABC 27. First of a doubleheader. Glad you're with us here. Mid-Penn basketball live all season long here on ABC 27.3. McDevitt went strong to the hoop, drew the foul.
That's a good foul, though. You don't want to give up anything easy there, and you know, Coach Kelly has to be happy with the with the return of toughness that the girls of East Pennsboro, even though they're outsized, they're returning that toughness on the interior.
Hannah Coughlin's third point of the game gives her team a 7-point lead. She's got one more as Jackie Jones comes back in. And that will give Hillen Matu a little breather. Coughlin hits them both. She's got 4, and it's an 8-point McDevitt lead.
She's been a real spark, Coughlin, in this quarter.
McCavish couldn't get it to go. Second shot doesn't go. Beard had that one. It'll go back to the Panthers.
Yeah, but that one looked better for McCavish. That ball went in and out. You can tell she's in a better rhythm on that shot. The key is getting them to fall, Greg.
Going down low, one more rebound to Wassinger. Rebound to McDevitt. Loose on the floor. Nice scramble. Stewart came away with a nice play. Hit the top of the backboard. She almost reaped the rewards of her own nice play back down the other end.
I thought it was tip blocked by East Penn, but apparently the refs don't agree with me.
And we got an offensive foul.
Well, we've had Annie Hahn a few of these high school basketball live games.
Called the offensive foul there, though inbounded over near us. Got a nice crowd building here at East Pennsboro High School. Remember, we got the boys game coming up after this one. 15 minutes following the end of the girls game. Eisenhower.
That was contested pretty well by Santor.
Maloney couldn't get it to fall. Here come the Panthers.
Nice rebound by Sarah Beard. I don't know if it's in the stat column here, but the rebound, the tips, Sarah Beard's doing some nice things for East Pennsboro right now. Just hold and serve some inside.
Stuck with it.
Well, you found a good foul shooter here. Smart move by Taylor Santor to draw the foul. She's perfect tonight.
And she's got 7 total points. Chance to cut the lead to 6 with her 8th.
Well, if she can get someone to join the party here tonight offensively, it could become more of an even ball game here. She just needs somebody else to jump in the action and help her out offensively.
Well, it was almost a travel there, but she got the pass away in time. Coughlin couldn't get it to fall. Panthers loose on the floor. We got another jump, maybe. Nope, still nobody controls. Still nobody controls. That was a festival.
Man, I'm dizzy watching that one, Greg. Jeez. I'll tell you what, though, there is one thing, I point out some coaches' tip points. There's a lot of putting the ball on the floor there without looking up the court, or I don't think that would have happened. So if you're a kid at home, catch that ball in face. Every coach teaches that at camp. Don't put the ball on the floor. It could save you a lot of heartache. Boy, that was tough. Okay, now I can see again.
Now out of the dizziness from the Panthers. McCavish.
Well, and she's trying to make something happen since the shot's not falling. I don't blame her. That was a good move on her part to try to get something happening for her team.
Amber McCoy off the top of the backboard.
Another rebound by Sarah Beard. Nice outlet pass.
Up, walked. Little shuffle step there by McCavish.
Well, and she really wants this. She was pumped up before the game. You could tell in warm-ups, Greg. She really wants to win this game and do well, and she's just getting a little anxious here, that's all.
But I just sensed in the last couple minutes that East Pennsboro, even though the lead is only 6, looking like they're playing with a little more confidence.
Oh, absolutely, and they're starting to chip away at this here. And McDevitt's had a drought here for a little bit. They need a bucket. There's Sarah Beard again on the floor. Man.
Back to McDevitt, goes the possession arrow.
Her small stats are looking good tonight here. I shouldn't call them small stats. Jump tie-ups, and there's another Sarah Beard collects on the steal.
No roll. See if she can get it this time. Sander had a couple of shots, then they'll get the offensive rebound for a third. Well, a lot of opportunities, but nothing went.
A lot of opportunity, which which Coach Kelly has to be happy with that, but there's a lid on the rim there for East Penn right now.
Coughlin.
McDevitt girls seem to be, oh, there's a nice take like that. Left hand's hard to read. Wow, she's very good off the dribble.
She's got 6. Lead back to 8. And Jones gets the steal. She's clear for 2. Well, that was a quick 4 points.
Yeah, and that stretched a game that's only 24-14, stretched a 10-point lead for East Pennsboro, or I mean McDevitt. East Pennsboro needs the answer.
Couldn't. Nice try on the save, but Eisenhower comes away with it. Panthers come away with a half-minute left. Nice play by Santor.
Oh, nice pass by McCavish. Seeing her, nice bounce. The bounce pass is the best thing in that situation on fast break. It's hard to steal a bounce pass. You can kick it, but it's hard to steal it clean. Devitt's going to hold for a last shot here, and that's smart because they have a little momentum here with that 8-point lead.
Underneath, wouldn't go. So it'll be Hannah Coughlin going to the line.
Team 7.
Trying to add to the 24-16 lead.
Kaylin Beisel now enters the game for East Penn.
So one more, and then the East Penn will have a little over 5 seconds to bring it up court.
Well, you know, my coach in college used to say if there's 6 or less seconds, we'll set up a play. If there's 6 or more, well, you can dribble it up the court.
Well, they got 5.
Well, we had a game against William & Mary where it was 5.5 seconds on the clock. I dribbled it the whole way up court. Coach was mad the whole time because we didn't run the play, and we ended up throwing up a 3, and it went in, so it worked out.
They got 1 left here at the end, and it goes. Big bucket by McCoy. 26-16 at the half.
Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites pizza deal won't last long, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
And we are with Robert Kelly, coach of East Pennsboro at halftime. I thought your girls played with a little bit more confidence there in the second quarter. Give me your impressions of the first half.
Yeah, they did. I think the 2 things we really got to cut down, too many turnovers, obviously. Unforced errors, I thought, in the front court where we had good chances to score, and we're missing a lot of shots. If we can cut down on the turnovers and improve the shooting, we'll be in fine shape. We're not down that much.
Yeah, obviously Matu is a big force underneath, but I thought your girls really played with more confidence, taking some better shot selection in that half too.
Yeah, defensively, I'm pretty pleased with where we're at. The shot selection wasn't bad. We just need some to fall and take care of the basketball. I think we'll be fine.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, Robert Kelly, coach of East Pennsboro. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll talk to one of our doctors coming up here. It will be with Dr. Matt Espenshade from Arlington Orthopedics as we talk about the Achilles tendon after this break, and we continue with high school basketball live here on ABC 27.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre and post surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Ryan and Todd from Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's largest volume and only Ford dealer. What does Hoffman Ford mean to you? Respect, outstanding customer service, honest communication, superior sales and service staff. Did you know that we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Check us out at hoffmanford.com. Check out our new and used inventory, look for service specials, make appointments, get a quote, and even apply for credit. That's right, just another reason why Hoffman Ford is Harrisburg's most powerful name in Fords.
This topic, I think, fits me, and I'm not afraid to admit I just turned 40, and the idea of rupturing my Achilles, like so many of my friends have done already, it just scares me. Can you put my mind at ease a little bit here? Is this a middle-aged man injury here?
It does occur in people most commonly between the 30 to 50 age group, okay? So unfortunately, you'd fall right in there right now, okay? It's an injury, though, that can be fixed, and people can get back to playing sports again even after it's fixed. So
most people I know that have had this Achilles rupture hear a loud noise or talk about a noise that happens right at the point of injury. Is there any truth to that?
It can happen. Most people do hear some type of pop. You get a sharp stabbing pain in the back of their calf usually. Sometimes they describe it as someone hit them in the back of the calf with like a baseball bat.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Reason being, the Achilles is the largest tendon in the body, and it's responsible for actually pushing your foot down, and it attaches back here to your heel bone. The muscles that provide the strength to it are in the back of your calf. That big mass of muscles come down and form a big tendon and attach here. And it's responsible for when you push off anytime you walk, jump, run, anytime you really move your foot at all, especially with what's called plantar flexion or pushing it down, is the action or movement of the Achilles tendon itself. Okay.
Does it help if somebody warms up real well, stretches real well? So would this happen if somebody's not stretching more often?
More often it happens when people don't stretch at all, because muscle is very tight, the tendon is very tight, and they haven't stretched it out or warmed it up. So it's not as flexible as it normally would be when, say, they did the appropriate stretching or gave it some time to warm up. Often see it, people run out on a Turkey Day game to play football and, rupture their Achilles because they never stretched. So that's one of the biggest things people can do to prevent this type of injury is stretching beforehand.
Dr. Esmachade, it's the new year. Is there any resolutions that our viewers could make, or even some of your patients could make, that would help them avoid these types of injuries?
Best way to prevent this type of accident, like we talked about, was stretching. That's the biggest thing. But regular exercise, weight reduction always is helpful. That will provide less force or cause less force to go through the muscle and tendon. And really letting your body warm up a little bit till you really get into your sport. So, some light jogging combined with the stretching beforehand, any type of activity you're going to do, that will usually help prevent some of these injuries.
To see the full interview with Dr. Matthew Espenshade on Achilles ruptures, go to advancedhoops.com. Thanks again for watching.
Borman & Babb Certified Public Accountants is a full-service accounting, tax, and consulting firm with over 17 years' experience serving the central Pennsylvania region. From taxes to payroll, from corporate accounting to business consulting, let Borman & Babb help you achieve your financial success.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street, across from the Harrisburg Mall, invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4, or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
What game will you bring? Your B game or C? Tomorrow's performance depends on today's recovery. Rebuild. Recharge. Reclaim your A game. Regen, intelligent recovery.
Fortney Construction is on the move, building additions, renovations, and Pella certified for window and door replacements with a quality of work that the customer can count on. Call today. Ask about solar and energy solutions, as well as our solar module installation. You can save money on electric, and the electric company will send you cash for the solar energy your panels generate.
Integrity, reliability, and experience is what Fortney Construction's all about, and it's a great name.
At Lou Panetti, Rogliano, and Hockenberry Family Dentistry, you will receive patient care with a smile, along with comprehensive dental treatment and technologically advanced equipment to meet all your family needs.
I think what you'll find here, if you look around the office, is a very, very comfortable atmosphere.
The quality of care that the doctors give to our patients is absolutely phenomenal.
Our service provides a gentle approach from doctors who care.
Turner Kia in Harrisburg has your family covered. Need room to transport the kids? Check out the all-new Kia Sorento or Sedona van. The reliable and affordable Kia Soul and Forte are perfect for college students. And Turner Kia has an incredible selection of certified used vehicles for drivers of all ages. All new and certified used Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with Turner's exclusive TLC, you know you'll be taken care of. As Owlbert says, Turner is the smart choice for your next vehicle. Turner Kia, Chambers Hill Road, Harrisburg.
Halftime statistics, and McDevitt shooting from the field 10 of 27. Panthers throwing up a lot of shots. That's actually 6 of 31 for 20%. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds, are the Panthers. They had a whole series down there, but you know, Coach Kelly said, look, we start getting some shots, we start making some plays, we're in this game, and it's only a 10-point game.
Well, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to take as many shots. McDevitt's just getting those shots that are going to the basket, the shots around the basket. East Penn settles for the outside J. They need to take it to the hoop. That's the key for East Pennsboro this half. They need to get to the basket.
All right, so here we go. That's where we're located, right down there, right at courtside. Tonight here at East Pennsboro High School. Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney here on ABC 27. Advanced Hoops at Arlington Orthopedics bring you, as always, high school basketball live.
Another girl that hasn't gotten into the scoring here is Kaylee Failer, number 10. She's averaging about 9 a game for East Pennsboro, and she has not gotten any action. So she's another one that could make their case better this half.
You look at 7 points for 7 different players for Bishop McDevitt scoring. A lot of balance right there, and East Pennsboro has just 3 players. Hey, who was that? Who was that on microphone just a second ago?
That was my little guy wanting me to buy him something at the concession stand here.
That's what a dad is supposed to do.
Well, now he's drinking off my bottled water.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hopefully he's got over the sickness he had the other day.
Hey, Charlie, having a good time? Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right. I think he wants to be on TV.
We can arrange for that a little bit later. All right, here's Hillen Matu for 2 more.
She's been a difference maker in this game for sure.
Look, Charlie, you're on TV. There you go.
Wave, Charlie. There he is. Okay.
So East Pennsboro will get the ball back in. From the outside, McCavich missed. Rebound tapped around. Comes to McDevitt, and it'll go back to East Pennsboro.
Yeah, I said this in the first half. You know, if McCabbage or Kelsey, Stashishin, if one of them can get it going other than Taylor Santor, it's going to make their case a lot better. And they're okay.
McCabbage missed.
Well, and she's being told to, you know, don't stop shooting because this girl can fill it up. She's just a little frustrated right now, but they're going to keep going to her. And if she can get a few to drop, it's going to make all the difference in the rural.
Takes it to her left. Failer going baseline, lost the ball. Coughlin hangs on to it, and so do the Crusaders. No, they didn't. So it goes right back to East Pennsboro.
Well, and East Pennsboro is fortunate because McDevitt hasn't taken advantage enough of the misfortune of East Pennsboro and their shooting percentage.
Quick drive, Amber McCoy couldn't get it to go, and then Santor got it away.
Yeah, well, she blocked the shot, got her own rebound. Now she's setting up.
And gets the assist.
Maybe that'll get McCabbage going if she can make that the shorter shot.
And that's her first 2 of the game.
Well, for a girl averaging 11 a game, it's important to get your confidence.
Eisenhower in the paint. Didn't get the roll. East Pennsboro's got the basketball back. Oh, this is what they need.
Yeah, they need someone else to step up and help Taylor Santor out. And I think Kelsey Stashishin could add to that mix as well, along with Kaylee Failer, who's, again, averaging 9 a game and still hasn't really gotten into the action here. Speaking Speaking of Kaylee, playing aggressive defense there, got a foul.
5:45 left here, third quarter. And a reminder, we have the boys game following this one here on ABC 27.3.
Well, and East Pennsboro was extending this 1-2-2. Now they're in a 1-2-1-1 trap, trying to get something, and there it works. Trying to get something easy. Oh, and they missed. Okay.
And got it back.
Got it back. They're going to stay in this, try to make something happen. Sharon Woodward wants to talk about it because she doesn't want to lose this momentum.
Lead is down to 8. McDevitt's up by 8. 5:29 left, third quarter.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Knoll Insurance, located at 704 Bridge Street in New Cumberland. They offer property, casualty, auto, homeowners, health, and life insurance. Knoll Insurance also offers notary services. Call Knoll Insurance today at 774-8128.
Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney, and a reminder you can vote for your Advanced Hoops Player of the Game. Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales. In Enola, you can log on to advancedhoops.com and vote for your player of the game.
Yeah, the fans don't have to agree with us, Greg. They can go on and show us what they think, and they're part of the basketball audience here.
Eisenhower.
See, this pressure defense, this 1-2-1-1, that's forcing shots off the opposite foot. I mean, you know, it forces, and if that goes in, oh my goodness, this girl can, when she gets her confidence, this is a whole nother ball club. This is not what Coach Woodward wants to happen at this point. But
opposite
there you go.
Way. There you go. Jackie Jones, she's got 5.
Wow, and that was a nice shot by Jackie. They needed that shot right there, McDevitt, to keep a good lead here, keep momentum on their side. But you get a sense, Greg, right now with as the boys crowd, the fans are creeping in, the gym's starting to fill up. You get a sense that this is a ball game, you know. And the girls for East Pennsboro feel like they have a real shot at this.
Another loose ball on the floor, and this time it is not a jump, it's a foul.
Well, on the aggression level of these Pennsboro girls, this is as aggressive as I've seen them. They look very good. This is the kind of basketball it's going to take to get back in this game and to beat a very tough and aggressive McDevitt Crusaders.
Just the first foul on Taylor Santor. A little pressure up front.
Yeah, there's no gap there, because if Kelsey Maloney saw one, she would find it.
Block.
That was all. That was all ball, but there was body down below, and I think that's what referee Kelly is calling here. Is it's not the foul on the ball. It's what you don't see. It's that bump on the lower body. It's the displacement is what the officials talk about. Is if a player is displaced, there's definitely a call for a foul.
Senior Amber McCoy gets one more. Rebound comes to Sarah Beard.
She did a lot of it in the first half. Yeah, there's definitely some talk about player of the game here. And I'll tell you what, I mean, Sarah hasn't connected from the points end, but she's really gotten a lot of key rebounds and have made it. She's definitely somebody to consider.
Jackie Jones almost got the roll, but
Kayleen Beisel, nice rebound.
Down court, Santor.
Nice pass by Taylor Santor.
To Shishin.
Wow, there's a nice shot. We talked about Kelsey earlier, her ability to shoot the basketball. Nice steal by Kelsey.
And a little bit of momentum swing for the Panthers. Almost.
Well, there were two white jerseys there, and Kelsey figured one of them would catch it, but she got a little anxious there. When you play on a fast-paced defensively, sometimes it's hard to slow yourself down on offense, Greg, and think, and I think that was what was happening there.
Looks like the Crusaders going to try to slow it down just a little bit. It's Maloney down low. The two traveled.
Coach Woodward didn't like that one. It just seemed like she caught the ball, Matu, and went right up with it. Didn't really see room for a travel there. I don't know if we have a replay on it, but at one point, I'll tell you what, that was sketchy, and I know she wasn't happy with that one.
Beisel going cross underneath. Wassinger.
East Pennsboro's moving the ball very well right now. Nice cut.
Beard.
Nice pass.
One more. Santor.
Wow, she's crafty around the basket. She got the rebound on one side and her whole body off a 1 foot stretch to make it on the other side. Showed her athletic ability.
And down low, Hannah Coughlin, she's got 8. And it's going to go right back to McDevitt.
Well, when you score on one end, you got to get stops on the other. You got to make good decisions here. And stepping on the out of bounds line is, man, there's Sarah Beard again, grabbing a loose ball. Man, she must have ate a good dinner before the game, I'll tell you, because she is energized and giving her team a spark around the basket. I like the way she's playing, Greg.
And statistician Jim Gallagher points out they were shooting 20% was East Pennsboro in the first half. Now they're shooting nearly 50. Haven't taken as many shots, but boy, the percentage is going up for the Panthers here in the second half.
Well, and a lot of these shots are good ones around the basket from good offense.
Beard cutting underneath. Beisel. McCoy's the rebound.
Well, the two forwards trying to get each other in the game there. They figure if no one else is passing me the ball, pass it to my fellow forward, Beard to Beisel.
Nice scrappy play again. Wassinger called for traveling.
I think I've seen more traveling calls in this game than any we've done this year. There's been a lot of those in this game. And I think they're legitimate. Yep. They're definitely shuffling their feet. I didn't say that to point a finger at our officials. They do a tremendous job, the mid-pen refs.
There's Sharon Woodward, the Bishop McDevitt coach. East Pennsboro's cut into their lead.
Sharon's done a good job with McDevitt's program. Just put a lot of time in the gym, and they say it's a football school from the boys' end, but yeah, from the girls' end too, in a sense. I mean, it's a school that just is definitely rebuilding in these sub-sports.
Big roll and a big three.
That's a reach by Santor. She doesn't need to get in foul trouble. They need her on the court. You're not going to steal the ball from Kelsey Maloney. In my best best of days, I wouldn't have stole the ball from this young lady. She knows how to handle the ball and stay low to the ground, and she's amazingly quick, too.
So the lead is down to 4. Another 3 doesn't go off the hands of Maloney, and Panthers get it back.
Well, Maloney can get it going. She's had some big games this year. She had 19 points against CD East and Cumberland Valley. She's definitely has the ability to put some numbers up.
Nice give and go. Didn't roll, though, for Kylie Failer.
You know, these are nice possessions for East Pennsboro, nice cuts, and they don't have the size around the basket or the low post game per se, but they're getting a lot of movement, a lot of cuts. They're just not converting on some of these. They're going a little too fast. You know, my coach at prep school used to say, he's been doing it for 50 years, he's well known, Coach Fletcher Arrett. He said the faster you move, the softer the shot. And that's what kids have to learn is that when you're moving fast, you got to shoot it soft, especially on those layups.
Jones followed her own miss, but McCavish comes away with a rebound. Under a minute left, third quarter. And the ball bouncing around. Failer couldn't hang on to it, but it'll go back out.
Yeah, but nice take. She started to slice the lane, and that's what the theme for East Penn to get back in this game is to get it to the hoop. Surprise Kelly's going back with Santor, giving her a chance to get a third foul here. She has 2. Hopefully she can stay out of foul trouble.
One low, throwing it up off balance. The Shishin couldn't get the roll. They get a third shot at it. Will they get a fourth? It'll be a jump. Wow, what an aggressive game by both teams.
You know, Jim, how many rebounds for Sarah Beelder on that play? That was like Moses Malone situation. She kept tapping it. What'd you give her? 5 rebounds on that tip tap? 4? Jeez. And I'd like to see her rebounds for this game, or her tips and her grabs and her jump balls.
Taylor Santor didn't like the call, but it'll go back to McDevitt.
Sarah's done, I mean, for coming off the bench, she's done more than her part tonight, I'll tell you.
Final seconds, third quarter. McCoy cross court, Jackie Jones. Coughlin almost got the roll. Goes back out of bounds and a foul.
If that's on Santor, that'd be her third. Okay, that's on Beisel. Good for East Pennsboro. You don't want your leading scorer getting a third foul. Devitt wants to get a good shot here.
Somebody doesn't get one, and it's loose, and that is it.
We got a game here, Greg.
East Pennsboro outscores McDevitt 15-9 in the third quarter. We're ready for the fourth. McDevitt with a 3-point lead. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seemed shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it was just a beautiful thing.
Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney back with you. 35-31. Again, we urge you to log on to vote for our player of the game. It's our Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales. You go to advancedhoops.com. You click on the little icon that says ABC 27 live games. A little form there to fill out. You can vote for your player of the game. You get more and more votes for player of the game, haven't you, recently?
Well, yeah, we had a lot last, probably 10 times as many last game, the Redlands Cedar Cliff game, than any other games. It showed the audience is growing. I like when people go to advancedhoops.com, Greg, because they get a chance to see all the things we're offering. We got a lot going on in the community.
So here we go. What turned out to be a game that looked like it was going to be controlled by McDevitt. Once again, we got ourselves a basketball game here on ABC 27. It's Maloney for McDevitt. They're in the road dark uniforms.
One thing about East Pennsboro, they might not have the centers and the power forwards, but they're long. Santor's long. McCavitt is 5'10" long. They got some long mid-sized forwards and guards. That's a good no call there.
Maloney going the other way.
And that's those calls can go either way, but the referees saw that East Pennsboro had the position, and Maloney has her third foul, I believe.
4 fouls.
4 fouls.
4 fouls on Maloney.
Well, and they can't afford to lose her. She makes them a lot tougher.
Wow, Stishishin almost had a clear shot to the basket, but it went off her foot.
East Pennsboro possession.
And Maloney will take a seat. Well, we'll see how this changes the dynamics here. Still got a long way to go with 7:03 left here in the fourth. One bounce. Beard. Another offensive rebound.
Well, these are good no calls because the referees know that the girls aren't in a, they're just flinging it up there, and it's not, these are not legitimate fouls, and just because a player throws up, their hands or whatever, it just shows that they're doing a good job making sure that these calls are accurate.
Oh, from way off balance, and she got hit. Amber McCoy got hit and then is kind of grabbing her side there, but that was a great play to stick with it and then score.
Well, and McDevitt's, they're gonna, if they keep working hard defensively, those kind of things are gonna happen. They're gonna get a couple breaks like that on off. They're gonna manufacture points.
Loose. This is Santor. Spins, couldn't get the shot off, but she was fouled.
Oh, that was a tremendous play by Santor. She steals the ball, she comes down, she spins under control, and now that is a legitimate foul because she had the angle and the referees rewarded her for that angle. She needs to stay hot from the foul line here to help East Penn turn the corner.
They're leading the scorer in the season and the game. She's got 15.
Yeah, she's definitely their player of the game at this point, Greg. I think we got agreement on that. They just skip player of the game. These kids want to win, and they need to, like I said, they need to put it together here because McDevitt is staying scrappy on defense, scrappy enough to keep this lead.
Emily Eisenhower went hard to the basket and drew the foul. Reminder to stay with us here on ABC 27. We'll talk to the winning coach, a couple of the winning players. Also talk with Mike Bullock from the Patriot News, get his perspective on the Mid-Penn season. Then we got the boys game to follow, so stick right here. We got a whole night of high school basketball.
A nice attack at the basket for Emily Eisenhower. She needs to relax and just make one of these.
Trying to add to the 5-point lead, and she does, and she's got 3.
She got the shooter's roll there. She had a nice backspin going there.
So the lead is 6. McDevitt 1 of 4 from the line here in the second half. McCavitt, the off balance roll, didn't get it. There's Hannah Coughlin, big rebound.
One thing McCavitt hasn't done a lot of tonight is taking it to the hoop. She did there, but kind of stopped short. Be nice to see her get the whole way to the rim.
Emily Eisenhower. Looking down low, it'll stay with McDevitt. Well, you know, we talked about wins and losses, and McDevitt's coming in here 3-10 overall, and that just shows, I mean, they played a great game. It goes to show the quality in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. When this team is 3-10 overall.
Oh, yeah, they've been through a lot of battles. I mean, when you go up against Harrisburg, CD, East, I mean, Trinity, I mean, you're battle tested.
Stays down this end. Stays with McDevitt. Will lead a precarious 6. Hannah Coughlin. And she took the foul.
That left hand, they haven't caught up with her left angle. I mean, when those lefties are hard to guard. We saw that with A.J. Dean from Susquehanna Township in the boys game this year against Hershey. It's like, it's hard to tell a player who rarely plays against a lefty, hey, you got to stop force them right, when you're always telling kids all the time in practice, hey, force them left, force them left. So doesn't matter how much you scout it. I mean, it's just hard.
I would say out of our girls' games, this is certainly the one that's been the most physical. I mean, they're pounding on each other.
Definitely, it's an aggressive game, and this is what East Pennsboro can take out of this game, win or lose tonight, is the physicality of this game and how that can help them in the rest of their Capital Division games.
On the end line, we got McDevitt decides they want to talk it over. Fourth quarter, Crusaders up 39-32, and you're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27.
My personal congratulations to Advanced Hoops alumni Allison Daly of St. Francis University and Alfonso Dawson of Delaware University. Daly and Dawson are Select Medical Student Spotlight, making history, scoring 1,000 points for their college career.
Hank and Jim of Weaver Financial Services have been serving families and businesses in central Pennsylvania for the past 40 years. Life insurance, financial services, and products, call Hank or Jim. They're the nicest guys around.
So many of the players that Advanced Hoops have worked with, they've got year-round programs, coaches clinic, private lessons, a great group of coaches. Log on to advancedhoops.com. For more information, you can have your young player work with Charlie and his guys over at Advanced Hoops, advancedhoops.com.
Now the biggest thing we got going on right now is our AAU tryout information's up online. At 21 teams last year we were working with. We'll look to have probably a little over 30 this year, 2 in every age group, 5th to 12th grade.
Crusaders controlling, they're up by 7. Almost a travel by Sarah White. Not quite.
Give McDevitt a lot of credit here. The girls, they're up, still up 7. They're hanging tough, and they're finding a way to get it done. And Coach Woodward's keeping her girls pumped enough to keep this lead. Wow, Sylvia Stewart, way to get position around the basket.
Nice moves. A lot of nice moves underneath. All right, we're going to go 1-on-1 here. Looks that way. So here's Sylvia Stewart. That's 6 good points in the first half. And she'll look to add to that and look to add to the McDevitt lead, which is 7.
Speaking of lefties, here's another one. Nice soft touch. I've had pleasure to get to know Sylvia. She's a nice young lady. I know Coach Woodward's happy to have her this year.
And she's got 8. A couple of big free throws. And they threw it back out of bounds.
Darian was wondering where her helpers were. They were running away.
McCavich. That just hadn't fallen for her very much.
A good rebound for, well, she had 2 in this half. Seems like at this point, though, East Pennsboro is relying on, well, there's a nice take to the basket. Relying on that outside shot. They need to do a little more of what they just did there, and that's try to get these baskets that come with fouls if they don't go in. That's what McDevitt's been doing, and that's why they have a lead.
Kelsey Tashishin, 5'7" senior, and she's got 8.
Oh, there's a nice shooter's roll, too. We're seeing a bunch of shooter's rolls tonight. Greg, how was your shot? Did you ever get any shooter's rolls?
I haven't told you my junior varsity story?
No, I never did.
Well, there's not much to it. I scored a total of 9 points in my high school career at Baltimore Friends School. I scored 5 of those against Harrisburg Academy.
Wow.
This was our big trip every year to come up here to play Harrisburg Academy.
Those are 2 big foul shots for East Pennsboro by Kelsey Tashishin.
Amber McCoy. And it'll go back to McDevitt. A little bit of pressure now coming here from East Pennsboro. By the way, that's the end of my basketball, so that's all I got. 9 points.
Well, Baltimore Friends put out some good basketball players right over the years, didn't they?
No, we put out lacrosse players.
Okay.
There you go. Here comes Taylor Santer right in front of us.
Seeing a lot of turnovers here in Lakeville. You can't have turnovers if you want to win games. And you go nice, Sylvia Stewart. Wow.
Yeah. Good follow. She's got 10.
Wow, and she's somebody to talk about for player of the game because the difference has been inside. There's been the inside game here for McDevitt.
From the outside, there's 3.
Oh, that was an NBA 3.
Big 3 for East Pennsboro. They cut the lead to 43-37.
AAU spring basketball with advanced hoops. 21 teams last year, featuring the top boys basketball players from all over the region. Advanced Hoops AAU features 10 to 11 player rosters, guarantees playing time, all man-to-man style play, and every player gets professional skill training, along with top quality AAU tournaments. Advanced Hoops has helped over 25 high school athletes get scholarships over the last 2 years. Amazing results. I call this AAU with the follow-through.
We make Carbine simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
3:38 left, fourth quarter. 43-37. The lead for McDevitt is 7.
Maloney's back in the game, but it's an important time to get a stop here for East Pennsboro. You know, to get back in a game, you got to get stops on one end and scores on the other end, and East Pennsboro can't keep giving up these baskets on this other end. Got Matu back in the game.
Almost had the shot, and then she had to push it right to our cameraman. Marcus, nice play, but it's going to go back to East Pennsboro.
I think Coach Wilbur wanted Matu to get that ball back out. We don't need to force anything. They're up 6 with 3 minutes to go. Should be happy just burning a little clock here.
Reaching in was Eisenhower.
Now McDevitt trying to turn some aggressiveness on this end. I don't blame him. They had a foul to give, but the next one's one-on-one. Both teams are going to have to be careful because every foul from here on out means foul shots. And in a game like this, every point's going to count. It's a jump ball. That's small. That wasn't a foul. That's a good call by referee Kelly here to call that a jump ball, even though that might have looked like a foul. That was all ball.
Coming up on 3 minutes. Steal. Here come the Panthers. Garlinger. Got another jump.
Well, that was an opportunity miss for East Pennsboro there. You know, my coach at prep school, I'll reference him one more time. He always said, don't turn a good shot into a bad pass. If you have a layup, take it. It's a little too much pitter-pat there. See if McCabbage can stay hot here. She seems to have range when she's on. It's, you know, from the parking lot.
In the lane, Santor dishes to Garlinger, didn't get the roll.
Yeah, you're not going to get the rebound from McDevitt. Stewart's going to get the ball. if that ball's up there. They got to convert on those little ones. That was a good opportunity for East Pennsboro right there.
And we got a whistle on a foul.
Curious to see if McDevitt doesn't try to just hold clock here. Try to get inside 2 with a 6-point lead. Put pressure on East Pennsboro to start fouling. This is that touchy part of the game, Greg. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You throw up a shot here, they score on the other end. Now it's it's a 2-possession game already, but it's a more attractive 2-possession game. You can get just 2 twos.
Backing it in the turn, and it counts.
Well, that's a good high percentage shot. Any coach will tell you, no matter what the situation, if you can get a good close to the basket shot, and Coughlin's leading him in scoring tonight with 13. Boy, she's been impressive. She's a candidate for player of the game. You got to make a decision here soon.
I like the way she's played.
In fact, I want the fans at home to help us with this one, Greg, because I'll tell you what, I'm up in the air between Stewart and Coughlin at this point.
Jumper by McCavish didn't go, and big possession there for East Pennsboro. They can't convert. Now McDevitt can be patient.
Well, that's a good foul. You gotta try to get the ball back here with down 8 with 2 minutes.
Here's Kelsey Maloney. She's got 4.
You know, and I'd have to say that, you know, she's done some great things in this game. She breaks down the defense. She hustles like crazy. I mean, a few more buckets, she would be a candidate for player of the game as well.
And largely responsible for leading the floor here in that first half and really helping McDevitt to jump out to that lead.
Another good rebound by Sarah Beard. She's got to at least have double-figure rebounds. I have to check with our guy Jim on that one.
East Pennsboro got to put it up. Sanders free. And McDevitt has the basketball in time and space with 1.5 minutes left. And now they are more than content to run it out, get fouled, go to the line. Well, good team effort here by McDevitt tonight. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players scoring, 2 in double figures. That's Coughlin and Stewart. Balanced attack.
You know, I'm going to go with Stewart for McDevitt for player of the game, especially because of the rebounds mixed with the 10 points, couple key foul shots and big buckets here down around the basket. The difference in this game was around the hoop for McDevitt. That was basically their most valuable asset in this game. So Coughlin's certainly deserving as well, but I'm going to go with Sylvia Stewart. Greg, what do you think?
Oh, I agree with you. Yep, I really like the way Stewart's played.
For East Pennsboro, it's been a steady game from Taylor Santor. She did a lot of good things, a lot of good passes, a lot of good steals. She leads them in scoring with 15 points. So, I'm going to go with Santor. I am curious what the fans think.
Shot missed, loose.
This was a respectable showing for East Pennsboro, though. I mean, there's a lot they can draw from this game. Naturally, they wanted to win this game, and they just didn't make the shots when they needed to. They got a shooter's chance, though, here still.
Three. Deshishin with her 12th cuts the lead to 8. And Robert Kelly going to talk it over and try to get it down to a 3. It is a 3-possession game if you're looking at threes here with 36-6 left. But again, a reminder, you can go to advancedhoops.com and vote for the player of the game. Boy, East Penn's gotten a lot they've taken 66 shots.
Well, and they're 8 for 56 from the 2-point range. It kind of points to McDevitt's size around the basket, contesting a lot of those shots, making it tough. But 5 for 10 from the 3 is what's given him a chance here in the second half. Kelsey Stashishin hit her second 3 of the half there. McCavish made 3 this half. So, you know, they always have a shooter's chance when you got girls like that. They can shoot the ball. Couple steals, you never know. I've been a part of stranger things happening, Greg.
There was 17 offensive rebounds for East Pennsboro, and they were able to convert a lot in the shots. Not as many of them fell, but did crash the offensive boards a lot.
Devitt did the right thing, getting the ball in the middle there. Emily did a great job slicing the defense.
Well, there's 2 more for McCavish.
Now it's a 2-possession game. You're basically 2 threes away from. It's 48-42. You basically 2 threes away from this being a tie game.
A reminder: the boys' game will follow. We're going to talk to our player of the game, Sylvia Stewart. Should they hang on to a win, I'm going to bring over the senior Hannah Coughlin as well, along with Sharon Woodward, their coach. And,
I think that's appropriate,
yeah,
because Hannah had a game that was very important. That left hand was hard for East Pennsboro to catch up with at times. But definitely the difference in the game has been around the basket. Right here, though, East Pennsboro is going to have to try to get the steal on the first pass. But after that, they're going to have to pick somebody to foul and try to take their chances on the foul line.
Difference in this game: McDevitt 10 of 19 from the free throw line. Maloney. Jones going to try to recover. They trap her.
Too much time went off the clock.
Yep.
Foul has to happen a lot earlier than that. You got to give it 1 or 2 passes, then you got to foul. But I tell you, it's hard to catch up with Maloney. Again, that's where her value is. And Eisenhower, geez, the way they're pushing the ball up the court, it's hard to catch up with those girls.
Stewart looking for her 11th point. 10 seconds going by on that possession, and now Stewart has 11.
She's proven why we picked her for player of the game. She might get a discount if she goes over to Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales to buy something, I'll tell you, after having a game like this.
And she's got 12.
4 for 4 from the foul line. That's pretty impressive.
There's Hannah Coughlin, led the way for McDevitt, taking a seat. And Sylvia Stewart as well. Final seconds. Oops, foul in the back court there.
You never want a foul to stop the clock when you're up by 8, but it's going to be a tall order at this point. Coach Woodward definitely expressing to her player that, look, can't do that because, hey, they got to play another game, and you can't, in a closer game, in a 2-point game, I mean, that could decide the game.
Trapped in the back court. Final seconds at the buzzer, and it does go. McDevitt wins it 52-42. We'll talk with our player of the game and Coach Sharon Woodward after this. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27.
My personal congratulations to Advanced Hoops alumni Allison Daly of St. Francis University and Alfonso Dawson of Delaware University. Daly and Dawson are Select Medical Student Spotlight, making history, scoring 1,000 points for their college career.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, no need to worry, Mrs. Smith. My grandfather is Russ Failer himself and has been in business for over 30 years. At Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales, we have it all. We specialize in selling a complete line of trailers, a variety of used cars and campers. Our service department can do it all. And we even have a nice guy named Justin who answers the phone. And what do we tell him, Maddie?
Nobody fusses at Russ's.
Hemp Brothers Incorporated is family owned and operated since 1925 and has been working together to provide excellent service for both large and small businesses or individuals. Hemp Brothers Incorporated is committed to producing high-quality products and providing excellent service and efficient project management. Concrete, asphalt, crushed stone, and sand are ready to order. Call us at 737-3411 or visit us on the web at hempbrothers.com.
Advanced Tube's professional staff has strategized and worked as a team to improve the 2010 training plan.
Feedback I've been getting from the conversation I've had with the parents and kids alike is they would like to see us implement a comprehensive skill evaluation.
The comprehensive skill evaluation will be the basis for recommendations and class placement. We are signing players up right now for the start of the spring program. Advanced Tubes has programs for the youth and novice players, but is mostly noted for helping top area high school players reach their individual potential and develop skills that college coaches are looking for. Advanced Hoops is currently assisting over 20 high school players with the college recruiting process through phone calls, website player profiles, and in-house 5-on-5 video footage. We have helped 7 players sign early, earning full scholarships to play college basketball.
And we are with the victorious Bishop McDevitt Crusaders, their coach Sharon Woodward, along with Hannah Coughlin and Sylvia Stewart. We'll talk to them in just a moment. Sharon, I thought your team really showed a lot of poise down the stretch, particularly when they took a run. Talk a little bit about the pattern of the game and how you felt your team played tonight.
Defense was the key for us tonight. We'd like to play a pressure set, a half-court set with man-to-man, and that helps us, especially when the other team struggles at the guard position. The thing that helped us hold our poise at the end, though, was having our guards pull it out and try and set the ball up and set the pace offensively to try and avoid some of the turnovers.
I say this in a very complimentary way. You did not look like a 3-10 team at all. I know you play in a very tough conference. This is a very strong group of girls, I think.
Yes, they are. And what happens, we've had some really close ones, and we're rebuilding, have a very young team, but our record does not reflect the talent that's on our team or the effort that they put forth each night. So you're right on that one.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the talent on this team. Sylvia Stewart, you were our player of the game. Talk a little bit about the pattern of this game. You guys were very aggressive at times. How did you feel the game flowed for you?
It flowed well, yeah. We all worked together as a team, so we all came together tonight.
And I said to your coach, and I said this in a very complimentary way, that you did not look like a 3-10 team out there. You've had a lot of close games, I guess, this year.
Yeah, we have had a lot of close ones.
Let's talk to Hannah Coughlin. You were a senior on this team. Talk to me about how well you guys played tonight, because I really thought at times when they started to take a run, showed a lot of poise, a lot of aggressiveness. From your perspective, how do you feel your team played tonight?
I mean, I feel like we played good. We played like a team, and that's really key to us winning is when we play like a team. And when they started to get a lead, we just, got together, got our heads together, and just got it back.
What did this win mean for you guys in terms of mentally, confidence-wise?
I mean, it's always good to win, so of course we feel good that we won, and we're just ready to keep winning.
Sharon, it's Mid-Penn always very tough, particularly your division. You got another tough road ahead, but it's games like this, and I think your division that just makes your team stronger, I would think.
Yes, it does. It builds their confidence because they know the talent that they possess. They know what they're capable of. I mean, we took CD East to the wire last week. Only went down by 2. Same thing when we played CD the first go-round. We had 3 games back-to-back, and we lost our legs in the 4th quarter. But we're going to see them on Friday.
All right, Sharon, congratulations.
Thank you, Greg.
Sylvia and Hannah, congratulations as well. 52-42, McDevitt's the winner. Back to talk with Mike Bullitt from the Patriot News after this.
Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites pizza deal won't last long, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Ryan and Todd from Hoffman Ford. Harrisburg's largest volume and only Ford dealer. What does Hoffman Ford mean to you? Respect, outstanding customer service, honest communication, superior sales and service staff. Did you know that we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Check us out at hoffmanford.com. Check out our new and used inventory, look for service specials, make appointments, get a quote, and even apply for credit. That's right, just another reason why Hoffman Ford is Harrisburg's most powerful name in Fords.
And we're back live at East Pennsboro High School. East Pennsboro getting set to play McDevitt in boys action. McDevitt girls were a 52-42 winner. And a little perspective on high school basketball from Michael Bullock, basketball writer for the Harrisburg Patriot News. We go back to indoor soccer days many, many years ago. We're going to talk about basketball. Let's talk about this Bishop McDevitt team we're about to see, because it's been a long time, a decade, since McDevitt has had a winning program in high school basketball.
Well, it has been 10 years since Jim Rao, ironically, was the coach back then. It's just it's a really entertaining basketball team to watch. Not very big, lots of guards. They like to play quick, and it's awfully difficult to match up. And I think you'll see tonight that their defense is probably a little bit understated, that it's better than everybody thinks it is.
You know, a lot of times in Mid-Penn Commonwealth, we look at Harrisburg, and now, of course, CD's come back. Steel High's having an off year. But if you look at the teams in Mid-Penn Commonwealth this year, you can make a case for a half dozen teams to win this thing.
Well, I think you could. I mean, any given night, any of those top 7 schools can beat one another. I mean, I watched Cumberland Valley twice last week. Did not play particularly well against Harrisburg, but were very good against CD East. And a lot of the guys think they should be better than what their numbers indicate. So, and they're sitting in a tie for 6th place right now. So it's going to be an interesting second half in this division. So
we were there for the Cedar Cliff Redland game the other week, which was just a zoo. But if you talk about the revamped Mid-Penn Keystone, again, you can make a case for any of those 4 teams. Hershey, Susquehanna Township, they're all good.
Well, I don't want to annoy anyone here, because I'll put the hex on them at that point in time. But you're absolutely right. I mean, Cedar Cliff Redland, the second or the sequel, is going to be just as interesting as the first one was. They're both very capable teams. Susquehanna Township is lurking. I think Hershey obviously had a tough one last night, losing to Palmyra. But you're right. Any of those 4 teams are capable of, again, beating one another. So the haves and the have-nots, but the haves are all pretty good, actually.
Talking with Michael Bullock from the Harrisburg Patriot News. Well, we're quickly getting to that point where we're going to start to look at district points and pairings. And once you get out of Mid-Penn, there's also some very good teams in District 3. Looking at Lancaster Catholic, some teams in York County are playing very well as we head toward these district playoffs.
Yes, Lancaster Catholic just a couple of weeks ago was trailing this McDevitt team, came by 19 points in the first half, came back and won. They're very good. Dallastown down in York County had a real nail-biter with Cedar Cliff. They're also very explosive. Eastern York in Class AAA obviously took a tough one the other day against a very, very good Scranton team. And then York High in Quad A. Yeah, they're good enough to walk into Harrisburg and win. That tells you an awful lot right there. So,
all right, and when you see Mike at the gym, you see him with his Orioles hat on. We're both Orioles fans. We're looking forward to spring training. I know it's a tough division. Maybe we'll get better this year.
Well, I certainly hope so. I have to commend them for some of the moves they've made. They're reasonable moves. Did not spend a lot of money because that's coming with some of these young players. But hey, we can dream about third place, can't we, Greg?
Exactly. Mike, thanks a lot.
All right, Greg, thanks for having me.
All right, Michael Bullock from the Harrisburg Patriot News. Charlie and I'll be back. Look ahead to the boys game coming up next.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
What game will you bring? Your B game or C? Tomorrow's performance depends on today's recovery, rebuild, recharge, reclaim your A game, regen, intelligent recovery.
Fortney Construction is on the move, building additions, renovations, and Pella certified for window and door replacements with a quality of work that the customer can count on. Call today. Ask about solar and energy solutions, as well as our solar module installation. You can save money on electric, and the electric company will send you cash for the solar energy your panels generate.
Integrity, reliability, and experience is what Fortney Construction's all about, and it's a great name.
At Lou Panetti, Rogliano, and Hockenberry Family Dentistry, you will receive patient care with a smile, along with comprehensive dental treatment and technologically advanced equipment to meet all your family needs.
I think what you'll find here, if you look around the office, is a very, very comfortable atmosphere.
The quality of care that the doctors give to our patients is absolutely phenomenal.
Our service provides a gentle approach from doctors who care.
Turner Kia in Harrisburg has your family covered. Need room to transport the kids? Check out the all-new Kia Sorento or Sedona van. The reliable and affordable Kia Soul and Forte are perfect for college students. And Turner Kia has an incredible selection of certified used vehicles for drivers of all ages. All new and certified used Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with Turner's exclusive TLC, you know you'll be taken care of. As Owlbert says, Turner is the smart choice for your next vehicle. Turner Kia, Chambers Hill Road, Harrisburg.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.